Bourbon on a Friday night, just scatter on the ground. BTM's got a story, the media spinning round. While the grifters steam online, we keep it real and true. We're talking all the good stuff, the things we love to do. Got a camera rolling, touch upon a silver screen. Breaking down the hype, trying to see behind the scenes. Got a camera rolling, touch upon a silver screen. Breaking down the hype train, we see behind the scenes. BTM, reviewing, telling it, locking it. Not here for control, let them know what's true. Can't stop the fashion when it grooves through. Digging deep into the pile, every toy tells a tale. The bourbon's rich and smooth, the never will we fail. Insights in your pixels, every me and movie track. Not falling for the grips, keep the facts intact. With every frame focused on cover what's unseen. Another gear, another spin, the cycles get back. BT, review, telling it, locking it. Not here for the drop, man, that's the biz. We'll share all the joy, let them know what's true. Speak it loud, dig it deeper. Never bound to deceiver. Like the way and seek it clear. We got the truth. It's all set there. BTM review, telling it, locking it. Not here for the drop, man, that's the biz. We'll share all the joy, let them know what's true. Can't stop the passion when we cruise through. BTM review, we're breaking down the line. BTM reviews, BTM reviews, BTM review, passion and truth. BTM reviews, we rise, we rise. Flip the channel fast, flick, flick. Media that speaks from comics and movies. Find the thrills you seek. Calling out deception with the truth that leads. BTM review, we're breaking down the line. BTM reviews, BTM reviews, BTM review, passion and truth. BTM reviews, we rise, we rise. From bourbon to toys, we always keep it real. No grifters here, just honest and real deals. The truth you can feel. BTM breaking down the line. BTM reviews, with passion and truth fly. BTM reviews, with passion and truth fly. BTM reviews, we rise.
Welcome to BTM Reviews, where we talk about the news. Got the scoop you need to hear. Stay a while, join the cheer. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't be late. Join the fun, it's here today. Pour the bourbon, let it flow. Talking drinks you need to know. Whiskey's aged and barrels old. Stories told in glasses
chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Trying to fun is here today. Boys and gadgets, playtime fun. From old school to brand new ones. Action figures, cars that zoom. Feel your heart and light the room. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun is here today. Movies, flicks on silver screens. Drama, action, fill your dreams. Real to real, the stories told. Lights and camera, new and old. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz and take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay. Join the fun, it's here today. Movies, flicks on silver screens. Drama, action, fill your dreams. Real to real, the stories told. Lights and camera, new and old. Super chat me, let's go live. Feel the buzz, come take a dive. Super chat me, don't delay.
Hey guys, this is Dave with BTM Reviews. How's everybody doing tonight? Hope you're doing great. I want to thank Dan Blackroyd for joining me. You know, probably already 6 hours into a stream last night, and I ended up going, I think, like 8 hours and 20 minutes on a Thursday night. But we did get through all the Sparrow files, so that was great. I know they bore my man Jim to death, so you know, got to do it after Jim left the show. So that was great. I learned a lot about this guy Cameron. He's not a nice guy, but according to Dan, they're all the same. All the people that are bitching about the other people, they're all after the same thing. So interesting stuff. So I thought it was a good time. Today was a good day for me. We have 2 episodes of Justi-Fried to review, but then I want to get into this Jordan Peterson video doing a psychological analysis of Trump. Now, I thought doctors weren't really supposed to give opinions if they didn't actually talk to the people. So I will see, but apparently it's good. Maybe it's good for comical reasons, or maybe it's good because it's right. I don't know. But it's weird to listen to a Canadian talk about a guy running for the American president. So anyway, we'll get into that. We'll bring on Jim. How you doing, Jim?
Up. I'm glad we coordinated the color of our shirts again.
Yeah, well, it's Friday, right?
Yeah.
At least I don't have a red all caps hat. I don't have one of those.
Oh.
I only have the blue one. And then
I'm kind of upset with Dan Blackroyd, actually, because he won't come on the stream when I'm here to help teach me about the expanding Earth, but he'll come on when I'm not here to teach you all about it. He's trying to keep me from knowing the truth.
well, you know, I would love to have Dan on all the time, but he's a busy guy.
I know. He's too busy to be on with me, that's for sure.
I don't know if he gives 2 shits about Justi-Fried, though. And he might not care about running or who's running for American president. So who knows? So anyway, we got ID Crisis here. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, hey!
You're muted, buddy.
they got to drag the mouse all the way over from the other monitor. Like,
Oh,
why isn't
no.
it showing up? Like,
I gotta
Yeah.
work.
well, I started, I fell into a coughing fit in your intro. I'm like, I should mute that, even though I know nobody could hear me. It's just out of habit. So there I go. I'm good. Hey, Jim, how are you doing?
I'm good.
That's good. That's great. I was trying to explain to my wife earlier today about your video game machine in the background there. We walked into a place in a mall out. We went out to dinner, and there's a mall that's got stuff in it.
No
It
way.
doesn't have the music playing, but there's stuff in it. There's a place that caters to like all the retro video game machines. They got a, you pay $10. They put a band on your arm, like one of those, like you go to the club and you can play pinball and video games
yeah.
and stuff all day, right?
Mhm.
But there's like old Atari 2600s and Popo Funks and things like that. And, he'll even buy an old CRT TV from you because
Oh, they're
those are
hard to
the
find,
units.
yeah.
Well, those are the TVs that work best with the old systems. But it's I'm seeing all the old display cabinets he's got up there, and I'm like, man, you should see this video game system that, and I know she doesn't care at all about this stuff, but I'm in the middle of this place that you would absolutely love, and I'm trying to tell her about that machine behind you, and she's, oh, that's nice. All right, let's go to dinner.
Let's go eat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's just go eat. Yeah.
Uh,
So yeah, it's
I am
not a
the-
bad Friday.
I am the gym substitute, says Dan. That's not true.
Is there a substitute for Jim?
Yeah.
Oh, there. Okay.
It's just the Who wrote a song about it. Substitute.
Oh, did
That
they?
was about you.
Yeah, it was about me.
Yeah. So, did you get that Starlink put up, Jim?
No,
No.
No, that's only for
That's-
emergencies.
that's actual work. No, I need a second pair of hands here because I'm going to be in the attic, and up in the attic crawling around. So I need someone that I could be like, hey, go, and
Right.
so I'm waiting. Someone's coming.
Oh.
I thought
Not
that's
your,
the kind of
not
thing
your
that you-
son for that?
No.
No.
That's part of your prepper stash. Like I had 8 cases of water, all my canned goods, a few Bibles, ammo guns, and a Starlink.
It's exactly. Got to have the Starlink.
Right.
So.
Well, Dan Blackroyd's figured it out.
Oh, it's so true. It is so true. Man, you did get quite the stash in today, didn't you?
Yeah, that's about a third of what's coming though.
Yeah, you got. He bought 11, right? 11 blues.
11 blues and could be about, well, it's supposed to be a full even dozen of everything.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
we'll see.
I'm waiting for him to run out of toys so I can get my my doubles of Heather and my double Cyberfrog up on eBay, and they'll actually mean something to somebody someday. I know it's going to be soon.
Sure it is. We were having a conversation about that before the stream started, Jim.
Yeah.
Yeah, about extras not wanting them back, right?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. There's also there's this video I have about it's alpha.
Are your lights off, Dave?
In the background, yeah. Is it too dark?
No, it just looked like normally you could just asking.
No, I mean if it's I've been messing with the lights because sometimes I think they're too bright. I mean, is that better?
A little better.
Okay.
There you go. Just you were kind of blended into the background.
Here, let me help.
There, now it's better.
So look here. I'll turn your lights up
There
real
you go.
bright.
There you go.
How's that look?
Is that better, Jim?
Sure.
I have it on the yellow light too, not the white light, the fluorescent.
I
stuff.
learned that in art school about contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't go to school.
And look at how well you turned out.
School was boring. There we
Yeah,
go. There you go, Jim.
It does have.
How's my lighting look?
Perfect. You look like you're in motion. That's amazing. How
My
are you
boat is
doing?
rocking right now.
If the
I'm
boat
at
is
sea.
rocking,
You actually look like you're being interrogated. Yeah. Like, where were you on June the 1st, 1985?
Sturgis got me.
oh my God. So anyway, I have this video. It's called
Did you send Nicholas the link?
He Doesn't Know Justified.
Oh, never mind.
And
Inside joke.
But Amoral sent me a video. He sent me two. He sent me the one about Peterson, but he sent me a short one called "I'm a Liberal and MAGA has welcomed me with open arms." So we can watch that later too. It's only 2 minutes. Little guy that's all happy that he's accepted somewhere. It's so nice.
We're great people. We're the best. We're the best kind of people.
I know, Dan. The people, they did not want to see it. They didn't want to see it. So what am I supposed to do? I can't do anything about it. I will say one thing though. I saw a picture in that fucking Ripper room tonight that I never want to see in my life again, Jim.
Yeah, that was bad.
It was bad. Naughty Ethan. Don't do that shit.
Oh,
That was terrible. Oh my God.
Can you describe it? I haven't seen it.
No.
You don't want to lose your channel?
No, I don't want people to throw up. That's the point.
I want you to picture
No.
the
we
most
don't wanna
disgusting
picture
thing you can
anything.
think of.
Okay. All right. Ready? This is what I think of when I'm trying not to,
Yeah.
the old lady from The Shining.
Oh.
No.
No.
Worse than that. Worse than that.
Because at least that makes sense.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Now this is.
This is a surreal disgusting.
Yeah. Like.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
This
it's
is
like
what-
it's like
this
the
is-
old
this
lady
is-
from The Shining if it was filmed by Dolly.
This is what they're trying to convince young people that they should do to their bodies.
Oh, speleoplasty.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I put
that's
it.
terrible.
I gave you a hint in the private chat there.
Oh,
ID
no,
Greg.
you
It's
didn't.
terrible. Yeah.
Don't spread that shit to his brain. His wife is going to walk in and go, "What the fuck are you looking at?"
No, she's in bed. It's fine. No, there's no. I tried to explain. It's very hard to do. I try to explain to my family the state of the world today, and how bad it is. And I keep going back to remember when the human centipede was something that you just couldn't even imagine would make it from the writer's table to film and then spawn sequels. That's reality now. People are doing that kind of stuff to their bodies.
Yeah.
And it's like that thing in Tusk, with the big fat stitches and we had Mexican tonight. And it's hard to have a burrito after you've seen a phaleoplasty. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I ate like a hero. Frozen chicken nuggets and a tater tots. Dinosaur shaped ones too, Jim. Those
Nuggets?
those dinosaur shaped Tyson nuggets. They're good.
I like the Purdue ones better.
What's the shape of the nugget? That was always just totally escaped me. The shape of the nugget makes the nugget taste better.
So
It's
much
like how
better.
it doesn't taste the same if you plug your nose.
More spread out. Not
Honestly,
thick and,
I think they do something different to those dino nuggets.
Mm.
Like because they taste actually good without anything on them.
I don't have to have
But
anything.
like the
on it.
regular chicken nuggets that they sell, like the same brand and everything, you just get the regular shape and you taste. You go, what the fuck? This doesn't taste like. Why doesn't it taste like the dino nuggets?
It's got the T. There's no T-Rex meat in it.
That's all we eat is the dino nuggets here, and unless
No kidding.
yeah. It's to
It's
attract.
all right,
kids
man.
to
I mean,
good
it's
damn
either
food.
it's like Dino
Well,
Nuggets or
that's
some
good, I guess.
weird shit that I forgot I had in the freezer, but I don't want to waste it, so I make it anyways, and then I regret it immediately.
Yeah, I get it. You forgot about it because it sucked, right?
No, it's because it's you know how it is. Like there's the rub on freezers is if it's a stand up, you can reach everything, but as soon as you open the door, all the cold air falls out. So you get the lay down freezer. So all
And
the
everything goes
cold
to the
air
bottom.
stays in. But yeah, but all the stuff at the bottom that you bought that you forgot about, and like, oh, we've got that. Is it still good? Let's find out.
It's frozen. It's got to
Yeah.
be good.
Yeah, it's still good. It's safe. Maybe not good, but safe. Yeah.
Shit. If they got meat like marked down at the grocery store because it's going to be get thrown out that night, I'm
Yes.
buying all that fucking meat that goes in
Yeah.
the cart and freeze the shit out of it.
Exactly, because it doesn't. It says use or freeze by. Like, all right.
All right. I'll
Cha-ching.
freeze the shit out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can make broccoli and vegetables look like trees and stuff and have the dino nuggets stomp through them. My grandson actually asks for broccoli as a snack. Can I just have some broccoli? Like, he's 5. He's like, I like the broccoli. Or can I have some carrots? Now he likes other stuff too.
You like
but
raw vegetables?
yeah, he loves raw vegetables. And he has since he's been eating. Like he's never not eaten them. He loves them. So that's cool.
No, that's pretty good. Yeah, you can play with like with his food the way that Wash was playing with his dinosaur toys at the very beginning of Firefly.
Right.
Yeah, Dino Nuggets and broccoli.
Dino Nuggets. Dino
And
Nuggets.
we will call this land.
So I will say one thing, Jim, about these 2 episodes.
They're good, right?
Yep, they're good.
I think it's the next
I
episode.
just hate the mother. I hate her fucking guts.
Yeah, the episode after.
But I think I'm supposed to.
What's wrong?
I think I'm supposed to hate her guts.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I don't really hate Mags. I understand Mags.
No, she.
Yeah,
Nah.
well, yes. She has a charm about her, no doubt. And the thing that makes her so conniving is that she can turn it on and off like a light switch.
Mm-hmm.
You know, from one second to the next, it's you can't wait to taste her apple pie, and then the next second,
You want to fucking cap her.
I don't.
man, do
I
you
wouldn't
regret
say
having
that.
tasted that apple pie? No, you're afraid that you had some.
She is an actual strong woman, not this.
No, I know. Yeah, you're
Not
right.
this concocted strong woman. She is
Yeah,
in what she does, what she has to do for her family and for survival, and she's good at it.
But she's also a fucking liar because she said she was going to do it for the community and she didn't give 2 fucks about the community.
Well, yeah, she's a liar, but she's a criminal.
Mhm.
Criminals tend to be liars.
yeah.
Which makes me not like her because, you know,
But you like Boyd?
Okay, but so is Boyd, and so is the
Boyd
corporation.
isn't selling his fucking his plan to the community. He's doing it to himself. He's so far, all I've seen is Boyd saying he's not going to be a criminal, not going to be a criminal, and he didn't say, you know, he's going to do this for the.
So you
sake
believe
of
his
the
conversion was
fucking
real?
I believe he
Well,
was
he had
trying
2.
very hard.
He's
believe
had
he-
multiple conversions.
He had 2 of them at least. He
Yeah.
went to being a believer and then to being honest with himself about who he is.
I think he's finally turned the page to where, well, fuck it.
Yeah.
I just, you know, we'll get into the episode. So we have a news report though, Jim.
Yeah, we do.
All right, let's go.
Good morning, folks. Today we're going over the forecast for the solar storm on its way to Earth. We'll see an interestingly located earthquake, look at a supernova in 3D, and then a solid study on how space weather impacts the ozone. But let's start with the last 24 hours on our star, where we find a quieter day following the X3.3 solar flare we reported yesterday. We did see an M-class flare this morning, but it was impulsive, and no other significant CMEs have left our star. Solar wind and geomagnetic conditions are calm. One filament erupted mildly on the north, but that was about it. Of course, however, the big story is the update after the big flare at the incoming sunspots. Yesterday morning, we called out the event and said it looked like it was wide enough to impact the Earth in the coming days. Both the NOAA and NASA Enlil spirals were updated, which we shared in last night's video, and while the models have some key differences, both have an Earth effect off the edge of the CME, likely to occur tomorrow, Saturday. We should expect only minor geomagnetic storm conditions with good auroral sightings, mostly confined to higher latitudes. We're still watching those sunspots as the group coming in from the limb is numerous and well-sized. We'll be monitoring that today. Quick geophysical notes begin with Cyclone Danny and the cleanup beginning in eastern India. Over 1 million were evacuated as that storm approached. Trami is still alive after hitting the Philippines and is now charging west towards Vietnam. Solid storm there. And lastly, folks, weird spot for an earthquake. Not big, not damaging, but definitely odd to see one like this in northern Canada. Up next, we're at supernova 1181. It's known as the Dandelion or Fireworks Nova, and now they have recreated its signature in 3D. It's one of the more symmetrical and unusual looking nova remnants in the galaxy. Link to that video is below.
No. You know what that is? That's Superman coming to Earth.
Yes, it is.
Holy shit.
ID's muted again.
That's wild.
Thank you for reminding me. Yeah.
Kal-El came to Earth in a supernova.
I was going to say a space urchin.
Did he show us the
I think
socket
you're
wrench
right.
again?
Well,
what?
Jim, did he show us the socket wrench again?
I'm not going to dignify that response.
Okay.
Lastly, on the science front, excellent paper on how space weather impacts the ozone. Both known correlations are confirmed. Things that increase UV light tend to positively affect the ozone, while the particle flux destroys it. It's the main reason why every serious scientist who studies magnetic pole shifts on Earth, like the one ongoing now, says the weaker field is a danger for the ozone as more of those particles get through. Got a lot coming up at Observer Ranch before the end of the year. Two mini conferences, a kids event on Halloween, a warm event celebrating Thanksgiving, and our first special guest, Adrian D'Amico, author of The Type 5 and creator of The Suspect Sky.
What are you bringing again for the potluck, Dave? I just want to make sure we don't bring the same thing.
Shit. What did I say I was going to bring? Oh, my God.
Dino nuggets.
I'm going to bring potato tots.
I'm guessing.
I thought you were bringing potato salad, Jim. I
Egg
can't
salad.
remember. Egg salad?
Yeah.
I don't remember. What did I say last night? No, bean casserole. Ugh.
Green bean casserole, you said, with the onions on top.
But yeah, I have those French fried onions on top, man. Wow. Love that shit.
With the French cut green beans or the regular cut green beans?
That doesn't really matter as long as it's got the soup in it and the things on top, the mushroom soup or whatever.
Yeah. I usually, whenever people serve
That'd
it,
be like a recipe that somebody thought of when they were trashed and it just somehow stuck to humanity.
Oh, yeah. Just like a can of mushroom soup and ground beef with some noodles. It's like, okay.
You know, yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't want to go grocery shopping, or it was like, whatever. We'll just put this together and see what happens. And they got lucky.
There's enough salt and pepper. It all tastes good.
Yeah, right. Exactly. But loved it enough to record it. And then it spread like a virus. That's a dish, and the same one with the sweet potatoes and the marshmallows. I don't understand either of them. I eat them, I just don't get them.
Oh yeah. Like
I
who was looking for a sweet potato? Like, never thought.
You know
about
what I mean? Yeah, but the yams thing, it's not even the yams; it's the marshmallows on top of it.
Yeah, well, it's like a dessert, right? They said, well, this is a sweet vegetable. We could make it a dessert, but it's part of.
I think it probably started off with somebody putting some brown sugar on top of it or something, and they're like, "Oh, let's go sweeter," and they just put some marshmallows on it. Yeah, marshmallows are good. Okay, like s'mores.
You remember the Jello casserole that the Griswold's grandma made with the
with the fruit in it and everything, and
cat food in it. Yeah, it's like that, but not a joke. It's this far away from a joke.
You ever seen some of the videos, the people showing the Depression food they, like the food recipes that people came up with during the Depression to make stuff
Yeah, like
last?
what's like salted cabbage or
Well, like there's this one with a bunch of pasta and beans and stuff and hot dogs. It's basically like some kind of goulash, but
yeah.
you could make a pack of hot dogs feed like 10 people or something like that. Or
Honestly, I think that's what Skyline Chili is about. Skyline Chili from out of you guys know
out of Ohio, out of Cincinnati.
Yeah, Cincinnati. It's like a Cincinnati thing. It's just a way to extend. You made chili, you've got pasta, you need to extend it so that it feeds more people. You put them together.
That Skyline
and it's basically
it can go fuck itself too. It's not chili.
Well, yeah, but it's like a thick meat sauce with beans in it. It's not that far away from a spaghetti meat sauce on spaghetti.
Right.
It's just chili.
Right.
So it kind of makes sense. And you're putting what, cheddar cheese on it instead of Parmesan cheese.
I like
I mean, it's not as original as something like a chicken wing.
I like Wendy's chili. They make good chili.
Yeah. When we make chili, we usually backwards engineer that. I know there's a site out there somewhere that will back that there's recipes on there. They're like, if you want to make Wendy's chili, this is how you do it.
I make a lot of chili. I probably make chili once every couple months at least, and that shit lasts a week. Because
it does.
You ever have Lindy's
chicken noodle soup with the thick noodles in it, with the frozen noodles?
What'd you say, Jim?
You ever have Lindy's chili? Lindy's Gerties?
Oh, Lindy's? No,
Yeah, well, there used to be an ice cream place called Gerties, and they had Lindy's chili they would sell. It was good.
Gerties is still around.
Yeah.
There's a Gerties in Shorewood, right on Route 59.
Well, if they sell chili, it's probably Lindy's.
They do.
Chili.
It's been there forever, and I've never.
It's really good.
Yeah,
they do like this different things where they'll have it with the, don't ever get it with the macaroni, like the chili mac, because you're getting robbed because they give you way more, you know what I mean? Get it separate.
More pasta than
they give you way more pasta than chili, and it's like, wait a minute. Lindy's on Archer. Yes.
Yep.
Do you
you like hash, corned beef hash?
Yeah.
GFS has frozen hash, not canned hash. It's so goddamn good, Jim. It's so good. Like, I bought some, brought it home, and my wife's like, because I opened it and I was like, God damn, this smells good. And I took it to my wife, go, does this smell good? She goes, I've never smelled hash this good in my life.
Really?
I said, I can't go back to canned now. I just no, I'll just go back to Gordon's because it's so far away, Jim. It's like, I'm not driving an hour to go buy this shit all the time. But when I do, I'll be buying more of their bacon, because you were right, their bacon's good. And I did get the medium sliced.
The thick slice is just too thick, man.
But the medium sliced, when you cook it in your air fryer, dude, are you using that fucking gridded tray?
Yeah.
Yeah, are you putting anything under it?
Well, I have another tray with
to catch it. Yeah.
Catch it, tinfoil.
But I'm talking about when you're I was using that medium slice, and it was sticking to the gridded tray.
Mine doesn't stick. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, I've got the same fucking air fryer as you do.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Maybe I didn't have it high enough. Maybe I wasn't cooking it at a temperature high enough, and it was just kind of like, taking hold into the metal instead of just crisping up quick enough. Because I had it at like 390. Maybe I should go to like 420 or something.
Yeah.
Isn't that how you treat, like if you're cooking from a stainless steel pan, you have to do it at a specific temperature or a specific temperature range so that it acts like a nonstick pan?
Yeah.
I was thinking about grabbing one of those, and I just haven't learned enough about it. But to your hash thing, have either of you ever had haggis?
No.
Oh yeah, sheep's
stomach stuffed with meat and barley, like they describe in the highlight. I years ago, when my kids were like really young, my one son had to do a report on Scotland. So happens, guy from Scotland lived next door and had his mom send him and they make it. They have the stuff over there. It's haggis in a can, the way that you would have hash.
Oh, cool.
In a can.
So
just so that
obviously,
he could be like show and tell. It was really nice of him to do that. And then before it expired, we were like, all the girls were gone, and we're just kind of like looking at things. Hey, what about this? Do you want to try it? It was something else. You
Was
know,
it awful?
you read the ingredients, and it's a European food. They tell you exactly what's in there, and I was seeing like lung, you know, like all the
Yeah.
odd parts that you normally wouldn't make into something. It was like head cheese, but in a can.
You mean it's a hot dog?
Yeah,
All
kind of. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, hot dog. Yeah, and the can is the skin. You just
You know,
comes out in a
you buy the all beef hot dogs because you do, right? But what
Yeah.
part of the beef are we getting here? They ain't telling us.
yeah. It
But-
comes out in the same cylinder like cranberry sauce.
Those GFS hot dogs are fucking amazing, Jim. And get the 40 count box, not the 80 count box. The 40 count box are the like quarter pound hot dogs. Jesus Christ, they're so good. But buy a big bun because they don't fit in regular size buns. So, yeah. Jesus Christ, we're on food talking. I'm getting hungry, even though I ate chicken nuggets
Dino nuggets.
with tater. I love tater tots, dude. I love tater tots. That's
That's funny. You're a funny guy.
you don't like tater tots?
No, I do. I like tater tots. Okay, it's just when it makes up. If it's more than what a side portion should be, you know, I get sick of them fast.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
French fries sometimes, right? Like Jesus Christ, how many fucking
Mhm.
fries do I need? Sometimes, and other times you're like,
Yeah.
well, there ain't enough fries here. What the hell?
I can't make a meal out of tater tots the way that I can make a meal out of pizza rolls.
You throw some cheese and chili on top of those tater tots, so you got yourself a meal.
You know what? You're right. And you can do the same thing with taquitos.
Exactly.
Taquitos, you don't put taquitos in there and bake them. You pull them out halfway through, throw some cheese on them, finish them off. You get a little dip dish with some sour cream, another dip dish with some like a salsa or taco sauce.
Oh, dude.
There was a place up in Chicago on the north side, some like barbecue place that you get like tater tots with pulled pork or tater tots,
Oh,
with burnt ends, and all this stuff, and like
You know,
and then you
Yeah.
then you can get mac and cheese with the tater tots mixed in along with the burnt ends, and it was like
yeah.
so good. But I know no way it was good for you.
No, it
Well, yeah,
wasn't.
but
You're
it's
eating, you're
not-
going like,
at
oh,
that
this
point-
is horrible.
Jim,
But at that point, it's not about the
probably
tater
wasn't
tot.
good for your body at that moment, but mentally you're having a fucking great time eating them. Like
Yeah.
sometimes like that dopamine's good too. Like
Mhm.
if you're sitting down every day eating fucking breakfast bars and protein and lettuce every day for 5 years like I was doing,
Yeah.
like there's no more dopamine with food at all. You're like, nope, it's just a fucking fuel because
Yeah.
I want to, that's all it is, just fuel. But sometimes you want to enjoy things in life. Sometimes you're like, you know what? I want that fucking, what do they call that? A walking taco where you get a bag of Cheetos and some fucking chili on top of it with some cheese, and you just eat it right out of the bag,
Yeah, it's like more like a dip.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
see, the thing is like stress causes high blood pressure and salt causes high blood pressure. So the trick is to not stress out about the amount of salt that you're eating while you're enjoying the meal.
Or just don't eat the salt. I keep salt out of my food as much as
Well,
possible.
if you're having pulled pork on top of tater tots and you're really enjoying life,
Mhm.
don't stress out about it because now you're just adding to the bad
So-
thing that you're eating.
Here's the question, music. What flavor Cheetos? What flavor Fritos? Because one of my favorite snacks is that chili, the chili flavored Fritos. Oh my God. I love those
I
things.
think, or is it Doritos that you scoop it up with?
Yeah, Frito Scoops. It's Frito Scoops. But the chili flavored fucking, but I love Cheetos too. And is it Puffs or is it the regular Cheetos? Because there's so many varieties.
You use Cheetos with a walking taco?
Well, no,
I think that's what he's
I
talking
think that's what you
about.
say. Cheetos or Fritos for the walking taco. It would have to be the
Fritos.
crunchy Cheetos. It couldn't be the puffy Cheetos. I would just
no. It's regular. It's regular Fritos, not puffs.
no. I know what walking
I thought
tacos
he
are.
was asking which do we like, Cheetos or
Oh.
Fritos. Oh no,
Oh,
Fritos.
I thought he was talking about for the walking
no
taco.
walking taco is Fritos. It's a fucking.
Yes, but there are some people who like it with Cheetos.
The mildly
Yeah,
racist
no.
Fritos.
Yeah.
The mildly racist Fritos, because there was such a thing as the Fritos Banditos.
Hey man, those flaming hot Fritos or Cheetos are really fucking good, and they're not flaming hot like some of the other flaming hot shit. You can't eat it, but the Cheetos are good. I don't know why. Maybe
They have extra hot flaming or extra flaming hot ones.
Oh no, extra.
I got a bag,
extra gay
and
Cheetos.
they were like, you know how the flaming hot Cheetos you get them, and you could
Extra
see like
gay.
the sprig. You could see it's still a Cheeto with the red. No, these motherfuckers were solid red. Like,
oh no,
and I was like, oh, this doesn't look good.
this ain't gonna work.
and they were hot.
Red from the pepper, or red from those weird insects that they make red
You know what?
40 dye out of.
All I know, dude, is some of that.
I know. I
flaming
just
hot-
ruined it. I just ruined it for everybody. But I saw this. It's the same video everybody else saw. I'm sure.
Did you see that movie about the guy who created the flaming hot flavor?
And I think that was
Propaganda?
debunked.
No.
I think that was debunked. That it was a bunch of bullshit.
Eric debunked it.
No, I didn't say
Oh.
Eric debunked it. If
I'm just
I
kidding,
remember
Jim.
correctly, people were like, "Nah, no, this was not true."
You mean this janitor
Okay.
didn't work
Yeah,
in
no,
the
the janitor
background
didn't-
making a
no.
secret sauce for the Lay's Corporation? No, come on, man. It was a feel-good story of 2022. You know, not because I did watch that stupid movie. Not going to watch that stupid movie. I don't believe it, Jim, because they pay people lots of money to create flavors every fucking day. That's what they're doing. They're
Well,
testing
here's the thing:
flavors
is
every day.
the flaming hot stuff
Yeah.
was around a long time ago. There was other companies that made them before Cheetos were made. There was
Yeah,
this thing
sure.
called hot and spicy cheese doodles that were around back in the 70s.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's ridiculous.
And
The
it
only time I
basically
ever
was-
heard of anything like
No.
that happening was when the Baltimore Ravens were creating their original logo, and they put out a contest, and then whenever the guy won the contest, they didn't pay him, and he sued, and that's why they changed it from that old Maryland crest.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was like a parking lot attendant or something like that. Like, I'm a little fuzzy on the details, but I
But
do
why
know
not
it was.
pay the motherfucker, dude? If you
I
like the
know,
logo?
and I'm like, as a design guy, I'm like, you cannot do that.
I mean, we understand you stole the fucking franchise from Indianapolis when it happened, right? They moved in the middle of the night
Well-
or whatever.
From Cleveland.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was Indianapolis Colts or Baltimore Colts moved to Indianapolis. They stayed. The Cleveland Browns were gone between, I think, 90 and 93, which in Pittsburgh we call that the Cleveland Browns glory years. And then they moved to, because if you notice, when the rival between Pittsburgh and Cleveland was super hot, and
Mhm.
now it's not. Now the rival is between, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Like, you may be a Raven, but we can still smell the Browns all over you. We know who you really are. But but that's where they came from. They went from Cleveland to Baltimore. Mildly racist Fritos. Yeah. Fritos Banditos, man.
Yeah, I was gonna say too also, Jim, like Lay's potato chips are not even the best potato chips out there anymore. There's so many other brands that are better. Like eating a bag of Lay's, that top layer is always pretty good, but by the time you get to the bottom, it's a grease pit. You're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
It's
Are
crazy.
you a kettle chip guy?
Depends on the flavor, right?
Yeah.
I love the jalapeno kettle chips.
Mm-hmm.
Love them.
But the texture of them, where they're like when they were
I
like
love the
really
crunch,
new.
yeah.
I remember the first time I had a bag of Cape Cod, the roof of my mouth turned into a car wash curtain.
But
So
I like it when I go to a pub or a bar and they have fresh potato chips as a side instead of fries, where they're back there
Yeah,
making the chips.
the
for
homemade
order.
back there.
Yeah, I love
Nice,
those
like
things.
thick ones.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I used to make them when I was younger. I had a potato slicer, Jim, that would cut them up, make them like chips, throw them into hot grease, and make some chips. I don't do
Mhm.
that shit no more. Now I just go. But again, GFS chips are fucking fantastic. They don't have a lot of flavors, Jim, but they got good flavor. What is this, Jim? Is this our show?
Yeah, it's our show.
You ready to start?
Sure.
All right. So this is episode 8, right?
Yep.
It's called The Spoil. And this was a good episode, guys. I really enjoyed this episode a lot. It had everybody I wanted to see in it. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Yep.
Except for Art.
I was just gonna say I don't remember seeing Art in this one.
Yeah, Art was barely in any of these episodes. He was in the last 10 or 15 seconds of the second episode. That's all I remember him in. When they were at the fucking.
No, isn't he right in the beginning of this? Doesn't he come and see Raylan and tell Raylan? And
Oh
Raylan's
yeah. He tells him he's got to go be her bodyguard or
He's
whatever.
telling him you're dropping
Yeah.
your shoulder, and Raylan says, "No, I'm not." And he said, "I wouldn't know anyway. I never played."
Oh,
baseball."
that's right. I was going to mention his fucking swing for this great baseball player looked pretty shitty.
Oh, I don't know baseball that well.
Well, I'm sure
to be able to tell. Now, I know this isn't where he got hung up in a tree.
No, this ain't it.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
But yeah, so that's after this, I believe. This is.
I do that every time I come on here. I know, and I apologize.
No,
I
you're
ask
fine.
a question about some
No, it's
future
okay.
episode that nobody's seen yet.
Yeah,
But
so this is,
It's like a
You're like Jim.
semi-spoiler.
You kind of have a photographic memory with this stuff. So once you see it, you'll be like, "Oh, I know this episode."
yeah. So this starts off with Coover and Dickie showing up to Reggie's house. I think it's
Yep.
And then Boyd's there, and there's like a minor, like not really a confrontation, but some kind of little type of thing. I think they got something in a bag, maybe.
There was a confrontation.
Mm-hmm.
They told him, "Hey, we're here. You have till tomorrow to sign this, or you're going to visit our little friend."
Mhm.
And Boyd's like, he walks out behind the truck and he does his deal, which is good. Boyd did not lose his cool. And I will say this, though, Jim. I think that they, as the producers of the show, could have made this whole thing go a lot longer. Not just 2 episodes with this whole land buying thing. Because it could have got real good. Like they were just constantly bidding against each other and all this shit. But they blew through this shit in 2 episodes. You're like, well, fuck. Okay, I guess they got more plans for this show, but I can't wait to see. But I wish they would have a little longer with this because I wanted to see.
Well, no, doesn't end right here. This continues. There's more to it. This continues all the way up into next season.
Not what happened in the next episode. The deal was done. Yeah,
Not exactly.
No, if you're
I don't want to give too much away, but
that's
with a hint, escrow hasn't closed. I'll just use those words.
Well, okay. So apparently, I guess next episode. Here's the other thing. I gotta put this big bitch out there. Raylan fucks everybody, but he's not gonna fuck the hot redhead, dude.
I said that before. It doesn't make any sense
damn,
why he
like-
didn't fuck her.
I mean, holy goddamn. I mean, she's goddamn gorgeous.
There's another episode I want to say in season 3 or 4 with a smoking hot card player chick.
Oh, she was too young.
Miss Reno,
That would've
Nevada,
been
or
weird.
something like that. Right?
I think
Isn't her name?
I think for him that was an age thing.
I don't know, but she wanted to bang.
She was very.
She's like she wanted it. And
She wasn't just cute.
She was
She
sexy.
really played like a girl that you could just hang.
Oh,
She
yeah.
could,
Like a
she
girl
could
in the
hang out.
bar you feel like you have a chance with, right? Like, oh shit.
Dude, they were in a hotel room
Not-
together.
not-
She got naked, gets in the fucking shower, and she's like staring
Well,
at him.
yeah,
And he's like, "Durr."
Well,
Well,
it's like
not even that, but I mean, like the character herself, she wasn't just like cheap or one dimensional or whatever. She had moxie. She had a personality. She had a sense of humor. She was smart. She was crafty. You know what I mean? Like you could watch a football game with that chick like you were watching with your best friend. And she was
Hey guys, Snorm's in the chat. For a first-time credit card, $7.50 is correct. Geez, I'm posting in the wrong chat again. Well, good to see you, Snorm. So I really enjoyed this redhead chick, dude. I like her a lot. Do you like her, Jim?
Confidence.
She's all right.
I'll say confidence, not moxie. If that's really what that.
You don't like her?
Who, me?
Who?
Yeah, the redhead chick. I'm saying in the show. I think she plays a good character.
She played great character.
Based on my history, I would say no. Based on the hair color alone.
Say no what?
No,
I think
gingers.
she's only.
No,
I think she's
no,
only.
no gingers for me.
I think she's only in these 3 episodes last week, and then these 2. I think that's it.
A hot ginger brings me to my knees, dude. Like,
no, I've been there, done that. Won't
so
ever do it again.
multiple times. I didn't marry one, no, because
See?
it always goes. But Raylan's not looking to marry her, and she's fucking offering it all over the place. And
you do not invite redheaded madness into your house, and you don't need that in your life.
Moxie equals spunk equals gumption equals bitch.
Yeah, I used the word moxie, and I probably should have used a different word.
All right, Raylan, let's see this ball swing of yours.
Gumption.
Gumption. She got gumption. But I do know.
Grandmother would say gumption.
Well, I notice a lot. Like, what's her name, Mags or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She uses a lot of fucking derivative Southern terms because that's what Hollywood thinks Southern women talk like. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
My grandmother's from Arkansas. She was 92 years old when she died. She never said this stuff. That like, oh boy. Okay.
Diaper Donnie is giving a speech in Michigan. His brain is totally fried. Dementia City, baby.
Okay.
I don't know who that is.
Donnie. Donald Trump?
Yeah, some weirdo.
Oh, okay.
What? Okay. Well, I mean, I guess you could check out the Joe Rogan show today and see if he came off like he has dementia. I don't know.
No, you either get him or you don't.
Yeah.
I get him. I don't. I mean,
what's Kamala's excuse? She's just a dumbass.
Not confident, stupid. Yeah, she's unconfident and rightly so. At least she knows that she doesn't know anything.
Exactly.
She's pretending, and it's not working.
Agreed.
Whatever. I don't know. Like this is not. I wouldn't like throwing shit out there in that chat. I mean, it's okay. So the whole show got derailed for like 15 seconds. Never mind.
It's okay. So
anyway, so they're at the baseball thing, and he's like, "How'd you find me?" And he said, "I tracked your phone. It's not like landing on the moon." And see, Raylan's at there. He's trying to think what to do because if you remember, the last episode was the money thing where he had to put the money back, and then Art saw him. And right now he said, "Does Art know what's going on?" And he kind of thinks Art knows what happened. And
no, he knows. He knows Art knows. Yeah, for sure he knows. He even told her that. He goes, when he goes back to the hotel room, you know,
he tells her he knows, but
I don't know how that's going to affect. I mean, what was Raylan doing in the other episodes that Art could track that would make it look like he was doing something shady?
I don't know, shooting a bunch of people.
But now granted, he did go to that other station to try and get that money before Tim showed up. Like nobody asked Raylan to do that, right?
Yeah, he was kind of being kind of like weird. Then he told Art, "I'll take the money back for you" and all this stuff. So he was acting weird about money.
Yeah, he was that. Yeah. I do like his answer though when she says, "Do you think he'd turn us in?" And he says, "If it was me, I would." Like, oh, okay, gotcha. Like, yeah.
Yeah, he knows he's going against his nature, and he's doing it for this ex-wife, which I mean, that whole dynamic right there kind of bothers me. But
this kid, I like it was silly, but I liked he did a good job because
Yeah.
he did a really good job. Like some kid at a batting cage in Kentucky, and it was cool. Like this was cool.
Yeah, he's like, hey, there's a sign here, or whatever. I'll call the cops. He's like, kids, we are the cops. Get out of here.
He says, then y'all should know how to not break the law. Like, hello. Like,
I know. He's like,
and
yeah.
all I wanted to say to myself, and I said to myself, these aren't laws, these are rules. But he's a kid. You know what I mean? He's just a kid. So he did well.
I don't understand this either. No spikes, no seeds, no helmet, no hitting. So they're saying
no baseball cleats, no sunflower seeds, no helmet. That means you can't get in the cage.
No, but what I'm saying though is it doesn't make sense because it should say it should be like worded differently because basically it's saying without spikes, without seeds, and without a helmet, you can't hit.
Oh, like if you don't have these three, this equals no getting in the cage.
Yeah,
right.
but basically, I know what they mean because they don't want you spitting seeds in there. They don't want you wearing spikes fucking up the ground. But the way it's worded,
well, there's an equal sign. There's an equal sign right before the no hitting. So it's kind of a this equals.
Okay. Yeah. It says, All right. The sign said, all right. I didn't see the sign.
Yeah. That's why I hate reading the fucking, like, the closed caption sometimes. I turn them off.
No, I was just remembering it from hearing it because he just goes, no seeds, no spikes. I remember that. No helmet, no hitting. And I was like, wait. What?
Yeah. Well, at least they put the equal. See, this is where the attention to detail that the producers do for the show, Jim, actually makes what he's saying make sense. And they show you the fucking sign where it says equal. So, like, okay, I know what the kid's saying.
I mean, I get it. No shoes, no shirt, no service.
No shoes, no service, no dice.
Yeah. He's gonna come out. He's gonna come out there and explain it because it's a litigious society. He knows that's his job. If that old man takes one to the dome, it's over. So he has to come out there and say something. The only reason why that character comes out there is so that they have something oddly enough to pitch back and hit off of, so that the characters can be more fleshed out. And
they did it great. Like this is good writing, Jim. This is actually good writing. It's not just two people droning on and on and on. They introduce us to a character. This kid was probably so excited, Jim. Like, oh my God, I got a speaking part in a Hollywood show. Yeah. Who knows? This kid might be doing other stuff we just don't know because he doesn't have long hair anymore with that terrible middle part. And
he could be the next Paul Dano.
He might be, and we don't even know. All right. Go ahead, Jim.
Find out. Go ahead.
Kid, we are the cops.
Yeah, so he tells her to pick him up. And so
then he's drinking Jim Beam. After all the good bottles they show us on this show, he's drinking a little bottle of Jim Beam.
Well, he's poor. He doesn't have that kind of money.
Yeah, he's blue collar. But Pappy Van Winkle stays in the desk.
Yeah, they don't make little bottles of Pappies, do they?
All right. So here's the sheriff fucking with Boyd then.
Well, it's not the sheriff. It's his deputies.
It's his deputies, but yeah.
Yeah. I'm surprised Boyd got out of the truck. I was surprised that they like he did it. I mean, because he's Boyd. You know what I'm saying? I was kind of surprised by that, but I guess it makes sense for the show so that they can go in there and have their confrontation and get the other part in about, hey, this makes sense. You were here the last time they let me out of jail.
And see, this is where Raylan was a little hungover and everything in the morning. He gets her drive and stuff, and he's like, oh, whatever, I could keep a better eye on you or whatever. There's this whole exchange where she said, how are you going to be able to protect me? And it's something about like, well, if I'm dead and in heaven, how will I know I saved you? Something like that.
Yeah, and then she had a good comeback too. Yeah. Like she did have a good comeback. But you know what I requested? He's like, you requested me.
Yeah,
Like,
he thought it was a punishment, that Art was punishing him. And then he realized, oh shit, no, she asked for me.
yeah. So the him knowing something might not be such a big deal, right?
Yeah. Yeah. If anybody tries the I got both hands freeze with the shoot.
Now look at it. We're 7 minutes and 50 seconds, and they're still showing the credits. They do a good job of that, of showing you 2 or 3 minutes before they even do the intro and all that good stuff. So you're scared of her. Is that what you're telling ID? Like, I can't mess with her. She's a redhead.
Well, that's personal. That's me.
Yeah.
I mean, he might want to or whatever, but didn't he just recently get chewed out? I mean, like in the very beginning of the series, you can sleep with the witnesses.
I don't.
So maybe he takes this a little bit more seriously, protecting somebody than he does.
Well, also maybe he doesn't like her because he knows that she's just a fucking corporate.
Don't forget, he worked. No,
Oh,
he
sure.
worked in a coal mine.
Mm-hmm.
No, I know, but
Oh yeah, that's a pretty good point.
She's a coal lady, and he's like,
Mhm.
oh, like you're a coal company, and you're this, and I just,
Yeah.
He basically says it here. Whatever, when this all blows up, I'm going to be well away.
yeah,
Mhm.
and this is where Boyd's like, "Are you telling me you're leaving? Like, are you going somewhere?" And then he passes that on conveniently
Yeah.
later on in the episode, right?
Mhm.
They do a good job of making it connect. Like I said, these are 2 of my favorite episodes back to back that I liked, like back to back, because they just continued off each other and they made really good sense.
Batting Cage Kid has acted in 35 different projects, produced 3, cinematographer on 2, a second unit or assistant director. So it looks like his career is going into a behind the scenes in the rear with the gear.
That's cool, though.
This is a good exchange too
sure.
between Raylan and Boyd, where Boyd's like, this is not the first time we've been on the same side or something like this. It's a good situation. And Raylan's like, what are you talking about? You're on the side of a corrupt coal company. I'm on assignment. The only thing we're on the same side of is this car.
Yeah, I know. But Boyd was right.
Yeah.
Boyd was right. And see, this is why I think
Boyd was sober.
Well, I think this is why Boyd lost faith that anybody could believe he could go straight, because fucking Raylan never lets him forget he's a criminal. Ever. He never lets him forget it. Like, as much shit as they've gone through just in these first 17 episodes I've watched so far, he constantly reminds Boyd, you're a piece of shit, and I'm going to finally get you one day, and you're going to go away forever. Like, it's crazy. Like, okay, so what? At some point, if you're bored, you're like, well, fuck it. Like, I don't blame him. Now, am I right? Does this get Boyd on the path of degeneracy again, what he did in this the next episode? Working with...
pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure that I'm reading the show. Oh, his windshield is as dirty as mine. Good. Good for Hollywood for even getting that correct. Like,
and this is good too. This is where they show up and he's like, what do you know of the Bennetts? And she's like, I know of them. Like, and he's like, well, we kind of have a history and everything. And then,
and then they do this whole deal.
Yeah. She's trying to be you're much prettier, all this stuff in person, and then you'll hear what I have to say at the meeting, and blah blah blah.
My time is past.
I know it was good TV, but I wanted to fucking stab Mags right in the throat. Like, God damn it! Like, I hate you so much.
I like her. I think she's. I don't know what it is. That actress.
Oh, she's a great actress.
She just brings it. Yeah.
I'm not.
When she says, you want to tell me your plans and earshot of the marshal. Even with the law here.
Yeah, and like, let's get to what happens next. Let's get to this.
Yeah, this is great. Cooper says you're pouring for the mines now too, like your buddy Boyd.
And he touched him.
Yeah, he said, touch me again, there's going to be a problem. Then Dickie tells him you can't go beating on Federals. They'll take years from you. And then Raylan puts his badge down. He touches him, and they go out. But you can actually, if you look, that's not Coover.
He didn't put his badge down. He put it on his. He put it in his inside pocket of his jacket.
Put it away. But see, this isn't Coover.
No.
No, you can see like multiple times. You can see that it's stunt people.
But that's Timothy Oliphant.
That looks like Timothy Oliphant right there. But then I think there's another thing where it's not Timothy Oliphant.
Oh, okay.
That's like watching old Star Trek episodes, like the original. You can tell it's not Shatner and all. But Jim,
here's the scene. She wants Raylan's.
I want to get to the fight scene. Like, why did he let him get his? Why did he take that weapon and not? Like, what was the point of this?
The point was that he wasn't afraid, and he thought Raylan said, "I'll fight you. I'm not afraid to fist fight with you." See, a lot real lawmen.
I think in some.
Did you ever see it here? Did you ever see the movie? What the fuck, man? Not just End of Watch.
Yes.
Yeah.
With,
all right. The scene where they go at it in the house.
Yeah, that's perfect example.
You know,
it's not. This doesn't have
that's
anything.
old school cops. They used to be like that. And this was written with old school cops, where you get no fight, boop 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 boop. That's it. There's no I'm going to charge you with assaulting an officer. That's all it is.
This doesn't have anything to do with winning and losing. It has everything to do with respect.
Right. It's not,
and that you stepped up, whether you got your ass kicked or not. Spencer and Hawk, same thing. Their backstory is they were boxing, and they helped each other out in a fight, and that's why they're tight. That's exactly what it is. This is not a win or lose. This is it's a respect thing. He can't back down from this because this is a common language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just asking, like I was just like, because Raylan did not earn any more respect for him from this idiot after the fight. He thought he owned him.
Mm-hmm.
He thought he owned him. Like, we see that when they're at the fucking town hall meeting or whatever, and he's in the fucking stands and he goes, "Oh yeah, and you get your ass kicked." And then he shows up in this next episode and he's just gonna fucking kill him, right? Like, he's not fearful of Raylan at all. All. He knows he owns this motherfucker.
Right. Which is his mistake.
It's only a mistake because a girl came out from the fucking dark with a fucking gun in her hand, which got his attention. That's the only reason it was a mistake. If she wasn't there, Raylan's dead.
Well, that's the point of it.
Well, I guess what I mean is,
like, my point is, maybe Raylan shouldn't have got his fucking ass handed to him so bad like he did.
Raylan is cocky.
Well, there's that, but it's also, and I'm not trying to make it like a 40 chess thing, but sometimes you sacrifice a piece so that you can bring, deception is a good tool.
Go on. Go outside, Mina. Go outside.
What's his face? What is the big dude's name? Coover. Coover's not smart. He's strong. And he's going to let Raylan's going to let Coover's pride blow up and walk around like he thinks he's got this dude's number, and Raylan knows that he doesn't.
I don't. Well,
I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm overthinking it, but
I know. But like that might be true. However, man, like,
I've been reading a lot of Tom Clancy. I'm overthinking a lot of shit.
But like, Cooper could have killed him in this fight. Like, look, and Raylan Mama had to hit him in the head with a fucking shovel to stop him from beating Raylan to death.
You're right.
That's fucking nuts. Like, Raylan was done for. So I just don't know how that machismo paid off for Raylan. It just didn't.
What about the episode last was it last season? Yeah, last season, the episode where Raylan gets the fight with the two guys at the bar. The guy has to come out with a shotgun to save him.
Yeah, well, he was drunk
Well,
and
but
day off and whatever. But I think what we're seeing here is one of those instances where Raylan is a complete character and he's facing off against three separate parts of himself, where he's sneaky like Dickie.
yeah,
He's can be strong like Coover, and he can be wise like his mother. So the fight's not just against Coover. The fight is against all three of them.
okay. But like the bar fight makes more sense though, Jim, because the guy wasn't on top of Raylan beating him to death. And this guy's clearly twice the weight of Raylan. Like those punches were like, I can't believe he worked the rest of the day. Like he got his ass fucking handed to him. But okay, whatever. It was a good scene though. I'm not saying the scene was bad. That's not my point. But if the point was the whole machismo thing,
Yeah.
then Raylan just didn't come off good. Like he just didn't. Yeah.
Well, in the same way that Mags, Dickie, and Coover are three parts of one person, those two women are the same. There's the older, smart, put together, but who she actually is inside is Loretta.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah.
You know, and she just comes up in her lingerie and a robe, standing there in front of Raylan, rubbing her legs and everything, and he just kind of goes, I lost my train of thought.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, like, and she's not even a real not even a real redhead. Her hair's pretty much brown.
Yeah, what did you think about this?
I missed that shot where we could prove that.
Go back.
What were you looking at? Her arm hair?
No, her hair is fucking brown. That's not red.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, you know what? My wife literally has hair like that. It's a Northern Italian. It's brown inside, but when sunlight hits it, it's red. It's crazy.
Yeah.
What did you think about the story about how Dickie got the limp?
I love that story.
Fine. Yeah, it was great. What'd you think about though? They made sure we got to see her changing clothes while he's telling the story. That was even better. I was like, oh, these fucking guys, they get it. We are men. We're watching beautiful women. Yeah, that was cool.
And then this ties in. They found a car registered to the Kirby Jr., which was from the last episode. They called in a bomb threat, parked somewhere, and
very convenient. Which is a TV show. It's what it is.
You know, and he's like, maybe we should cancel. We're not canceling. So then here's Boyd talking to the. Wow, did my screen just freeze?
You're having more internet issues.
I'm having internet issues again.
Well, it's
Yeah,
it's a little behind. Yeah, it's a little behind. You're like never get a chance to say how sorry I was about this bullshit. Like this, I love the ant. Like, oh, isn't this some fucking fairy tale conversations we're having here, guys? Stop with this stuff. They hate each other. But why is
they're the same person?
I cannot wait to find out why the ant is so scared of the Bennetts. I can't wait to find out.
Chicks are usually afraid of secrets getting out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? More than they are afraid of, I don't want to say like getting hit. Like there's violence that can be done to your reputation and violence that can be done to your physical person.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's one of the things, they try to hide stuff. Oh my God, I was just watching that one, I don't know, like say semi-viral Instagram video of a guy who's been married to his wife for 50 years and finds out that the three kids that he's been raising, he's an old man, that they're not his kids. Like these are your grandparents, like they're old, they're white hair and everything. And this old black lady judge is like, hey, she's doing her best, Maury Povich. You are not the father. You're not the father. These people have been married for 50 years. And he finally does a DNA test because he's like, he's had it. those kind of secrets. I think that's what these women are afraid of. The stuff that makes them look bad.
Okay.
Yeah. But what do I know?
Go ahead, Jim.
I'm just guessing.
I don't know. My internet's fucked.
No, you're fine. Every once in a while, it just like it's a little grainy. You're fine.
Oh, you're just waiting for the definition to show up.
Oh yeah, he told him he works for the mining company and all that good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, this show is so well cast.
Jim, you got anything to say?
Like even the bad guys are just charming.
Yeah.
In their way.
You're fine, Jim. Maybe not. Uh-oh.
No, he's pretty still. That's rigor mortis.
Oh. Uh-oh, chat.
God, I don't know.
Time to go. Oh, there you go.
You fucker.
Is he doing that on purpose?
Yes, he does it all the time.
I mean,
I do it all the time.
I'm semi-concentrating.
I make it so that people don't know if it's really the computer or if it's me.
Okay, all right. Well, you're well done.
Well done.
Yeah, so this is great. You know, he needs the Indian Line property, which is the property, if you remember, where there was the whole thing where the drugs were planted, and it was his Aunt Helen's house, and those guys were there, and
yeah,
you know, where he grew up and everything.
Yeah, but this has everything to do with the access road.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
find
they,
out later.
we'll find out later, but
he's trying to schmooze these people
he's
right
trying
now.
to smooth them, and she's saying, "Oh, this is so whatever," and then, you know, I
Yeah,
think
but is this where he's like, oh, there's a part where he just realizes what's actually going on. Is that right here?
It's coming up. Yeah.
Oh,
coming
okay.
up.
Boyd realized because he's trying after something happens.
Yeah.
After they come to his house, I think later on after this meeting goes sideways. You know.
Yeah, on purpose sideways.
This is where,
right.
yeah, Boyd or Raylan tells Boyd, if you see somebody pull a gun, step in front of it.
Which another reason for fucking Boyd to say, I'm going to be a criminal, dude. Like every time he does that shit, it's another fucking stick in the fucking back of Boyd. Like Boyd's not been a dick to Raylan yet. I'm sure he's going to be, but he's not been one yet.
Yeah. So this whole thing goes back and forth with Boyd and Raylan, and then Mag starts talking, and
yeah.
My people been in this land since George Washington was president of the United States. We've been through this, we've been through that, and we'll be through you.
The spoil.
When all that shit falls down the mountain and oh Jesus fucking Christ!
And she has the whole like the hand clap. Oh no! Wait, who hand claps and gets the dust everywhere?
That was the redhead.
The lady, the redheaded lady. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's trying to jobs. She wants to sell jobs.
Yeah.
Well, like Mags don't give a shit about anybody in that room but herself.
Well, she tells him, "Come on tomorrow. Come by my place. We're gonna have a big old whoop-de-doo."
Whoop-de-doo.
Yeah.
It's just one of my favorite parts about that entire speech is because on a dime, she's pissed off, whoop-de-doo, and then puts on that sweet, sweet smile, and you're invited to Miss What's-Her-Face.
Yeah. And she tells Reggie, "You can come too, Reggie."
Yeah, even though you sold out to Black Mine. And I'm like, oh shit, Reggie's gonna die.
Yeah. And so he tells her somebody.
There was gunshots.
Well, it wasn't gunshots, it was firecrackers.
That's not what they thought though.
Right.
They thought it was gunshots. Yeah.
And then he tells her, and he goes, right, perfect, right when it needed to happen to break things up.
I have no idea.
I think she admits, she goes, I hope it didn't cost you a lot. I believe she says a couple of Percocets or something.
Not Percocets, but not here. She didn't admit it here. This
later,
was
though.
Later. Yeah, later. Yeah. when like she's really trying to get down his pants.
Yeah, because before it didn't work, so she has to really try.
Yeah, she's fucking half naked in front of him and it doesn't work.
So
Yeah.
here's and then Ava. This is a great scene where they come in with the bag of with whatever in it. I don't know if it's a weasel or something.
Snake or
kind
something, or a raccoon.
No, it's some kind of animal, like probably a
Animal.
weasel or
Mhm.
a ferret or
I
something.
think it's a raccoon, and it's a pet, right?
It's a pet, but
It's Charlie.
Charlie. Then yeah,
Yeah.
Eva shoots it. Ava shoots it.
Well,
You killed Charlie.
the reason, okay, let's not blow past why they're there. They're
Yeah, they're trying
trying
to get rid of Scare
they're
Boyd.
trying to convince Boyd to stop getting people to transfer their property to the Black Mine Company,
Mhm.
and like they're beating the shit out of him for a while. It took her a while to show up. Like, where the fuck were you at, bitch? And then Big Boy says, "You ain't shooting nobody," and she shoots that fucking critter. She
Oh,
shot
yeah.
that shit. Charlie. That was a great scene.
Mhm.
And then they believed she would shoot them. Like, she's get the fuck out of here, dude. Like,
Well,
go
they
away.
know that she's killed at least one man in that house.
Yep.
Yeah.
While he was
So-
eating dinner.
Actually, the guy that's related to the guy that they're beating up.
Yeah, his brother.
So
Yeah, so none of this means anything to her as far as they're concerned. They're like, okay, well, kin doesn't even matter, so maybe we should.
back out of here.
Yeah.
See right here, she's rubbing his leg and everything, and
Oh,
he doesn't
yeah.
do nothing.
Are you going to sleep on that couch again? You know,
You can get over in his bed with me, and blah blah blah.
I got a big
Okay.
bed in there. Yeah.
And I pet him, and he never purrs. She's rubbing his leg, and he doesn't do shit.
See, yeah, but you know what? She's a salesperson. In his ex, or was it? I cannot remember her name now. The skinny one.
His ex. Yeah.
Okay, well, whatever. Winona
Mm-hmm.
is not trying to sell him anything, and Ava is not trying to sell him anything. They're not transactional relationships. That might be one of the things that he's like, okay, been here, done that.
But see, what is she trying to sell him? She was just trying to get a piece of ass. She's on the road. She's going to be
Trying to get
leaving.
laid.
She's going to be gone. She's not
yeah, I
sticking
know,
around.
I get it, but it's just like her nature. I wouldn't use car salespeople. They're always that. Dave, you're in sales. You know what I'm talking about.
I guess, but if I was a single dude, had a few bourbons in me, and she's hitting on me that hard, I'm not
Yeah.
gonna fucking say no.
Yeah,
Especially,
maybe who knows? Maybe he's gay.
well, maybe you're right though. Maybe he had a bad experience with some redheads in the past, and or maybe actually
know,
gives
I
a fuck about his relationship that he's in with his
Well,
ex-wife.
he does. He does say something, doesn't he? Was this that when he was in the beginning of the season of this when he meets Betty at the mine? He says, "I'm not afraid of something redheaded women, but I am afraid of that." He points at the mine.
Yeah,
Mhm.
right. But so I guess what we're supposed to believe is that Raylan's really, really caring about his ex-wife that's sleeping in his shitty hotel room while he's in a hotel room with some hot chick when they're not married. And she's still married to, what's his name? Brad? What was his name? Brad or
Oh,
something? Yeah.
Gary.
Gary. Yeah.
Yeah, so if he's holding a flame for two women, then he's burning a candle at both ends, and there's no more wick left for anyone else.
Because he dropped Ava like
Man,
a
I
hot
can't believe I pulled that one out.
Mhm.
That was some poetic shit, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
So then they end up back at the house trying to talk to them, and I believe they say Boyd's already talked to him or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes,
when-
he got there first.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulls him to the side and she says, well, I hear you might be leaving Kentucky and blah, blah, blah. And then she offers him the $20K
Yeah.
if he leaves
Yeah.
Harlan County, right? Forever.
And leave all of it, including the Bennetts.
Yeah. And I get a bag full of money if I leave? Like, ooh.
Yeah, so the gunshots, and then there's this whole thing, and they're trying to get a signal, and then he cuts off the thing to get them to show up, and
Yep.
you know,
She's got a shotgun. He's got a shotgun. Raylan runs back outside like a hero.
yeah. And finds the woman.
That was in the car, right? She was in the car.
Yeah, she was in the car, which I thought she got arrested, but I guess they must have let her go. And then, you broke my arm.
Yeah. Like,
This is good.
No.
Boyd figures out what their plan is by looking at maps and says
he
they're
did
going
that
to the
like in
Bennett's.
5 seconds. Like, that was really quick. Like,
Oh no,
I know-
this is the next day.
I feel like
I
he's
know,
been tossing this
Jim.
around in his head for a little bit, and we just get to see where the aha moment.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
well, I think that after he talked to the aunt, he's like, well, wait a minute. Why do they care about this property so much?
Exactly.
And then, but he does. But here's the thing. If Boyd knew that they needed that property for a road to get up the mountain, why didn't the Black Mine Company not know this? Why didn't she know how critical this was? Because
Well, she just was
the Black
told
Mine,
by
the Black Mine Company did know. They just didn't tell her.
the mining company knew. They just didn't tell her.
What?
They just said, these are the list of properties we need you to get.
right, but why didn't they tell her? Like, I mean, obviously this was the most important to get the road up the fucking mountain.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. It's like a corporate stupidity, I guess.
Yeah.
It's a good question. Why not?
Like,
Equip
we
your
have to get this-
people with the information that they need to close the deal that you want them to close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they paid triple the price. Okay. Like,
Yeah. Dumb.
dumb. Because she had
And you're in sales.
yeah, like
You
no
would be
collateral.
scratching your head at this too.
Yeah, you'd be like, what? This is the easiest transaction that my company's ever done. I can't believe it. Like, oh, okay.
At least if you knew what the maximum they were allowed to, what they were prepared to pay, and that would give you some big ask.
And this is where they had to make, but that's when that negotiation comes up in this episode, that's where they had to make Mags look like she was in total fucking control. Like,
yeah, so I
know
guess
more than you do about your own fucking company. I know because because she walked in there saying this is a one-time offer, non-negotiable. We won't come back to the table because we will eminent domain your ass. That's what she said. If that's the case, why couldn't they eminent domain the property that Boyd fucking took a lease out with and gave it to fucking Mags?
See, now this is when you analyze something this
They eminent domain everything, dude. They will.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they just put a piece of highway. They just put a piece of highway in here. They bought all kind of properties up around Bridgeville.
And all that fucking mining company has to do is go right to some fucking senator or governor and talk about the fucking value of this road going from this here to here, and they'll eminent domain. Go to fucking Kansas City, Missouri. They eminent domain.
Okay, but they got to understand that they have control of that county.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. The Bennetts have control of that county. It's the town of Bennett.
Okay, I know.
Okay, you know the racetrack on Route 66?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever notice that there's houses that have berms built around them?
In Joliet, Route 66, that racetrack's gone.
It's gone?
They tore it down.
Oh.
Yep.
Never mind then. There was houses that they built berms around because the guy refused to sell.
Yeah, I know.
Said you can't, and they said, "Oh, well, I'm going to domain you," and they couldn't, and so they said, "All right, just build a berm around and fuck."
You mean like the opening scene to Up?
Kind of like that. That's exactly what it looked like. It was insane. There's the racetrack and everything. Then here's this house with this giant berm around it
to keep the sound out. Yep. But the problem with the Joliet racetrack was, at the same time they were building that racetrack, Amazon was buying land across the street for their fucking warehouses. So they could never build hotels or restaurants near the track. It's a fucking racetrack and nothing else. So your
Yeah, they had
experience.
campgrounds. That's about all they had was campgrounds.
That's it. That
Or
is
RVs and
it.
shit.
But there was like you go to Kansas City Speedway, they built a fucking gigantic Bass Pro Shop right outside the track, a fucking outlet mall, all this restaurants and everything to make it a fucking an attraction. Joliet,
Yeah.
nope. That shit was up for like 15, 20 years, and now it's gone.
Do you remember that Mr. Obvious skit they did with the kid that the dude that bought the house in Speedway, Indianapolis? He goes, every once a year, there's parking everywhere. There's cars all over the place. I don't understand it, Mr. Obvious.
So this was a good scene. The girl wants to talk to her dad, right? Like she hasn't forgot that she loves her dad and she really wants to talk to him.
Oh yeah, my time has passed.
Yeah, Mags is, you know, you're so beautiful. You have so much power inside you that you don't even know you have. My time.
Yeah.
And,
I love that. It is a good speech.
Yeah. And then
she's not wrong about a lot of that stuff.
And then
where is this girl's mom after all?
And then her
mom died. She had cancer.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the dad or the doofus walks in and, you know, breaks in. Don't you knock on a woman's door before you come in here? Blah, blah, blah.
Smell, go take a bath or whatever. Get cleaned up. We got
just totally insulting him. Bad idea.
You know, and then she's talking to the girl.
Just broke his
girl,
hand.
How, you know, she's you're, you know, like a dream come true to this old girl. I only had these boys. Now I got you.
Well, what she said is, I used to tell people he fell on his head. That's why the way he is, but there's really no excuse. He's just a fucking moron.
Isn't he hearing that outside?
Yeah, he's outside the door. Yeah.
Yeah, man. That's,
she hated the dress. She thought she was putting on airs, basically wearing a dress.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they confront Boyd, even though they were all invited at the fucking meeting. But the mom told him to fucking stop.
Yeah, but you know, this is just Doyle trying to make sure he doesn't want any trouble, shit going on.
No, I know, but the mother like said, go tell them they can't enter. But Boyd keeps his cool. He says,
just tell your mama I got business to do with her.
Yeah.
Yeah, and some people aren't invited in their own house. Yeah, I think one of the reasons why they wrote the deal where the redheaded girl is ignorant is so that they can promote the idea that these people are smarter than they think and that we think. And it's a problem with writing sometimes. You have to we're really analyzing this thing to death. You know what I mean? Like really getting into the gravel if it's going to be well, how come the corporation didn't do this? Like which are all legitimate questions. But basically, I think what it comes down to is the story can't progress at some point.
Yeah.
You have to be able to bounce the characters off of something.
Yeah.
And yeah, so the redheaded chick is arrogant. And her bosses took advantage of it.
Well, I think the point of the whole corporate is that, but didn't her dad own the fucking mine? Wasn't that the deal? Like, didn't she say?
Her dad worked for the mine, and she was doing something, and then he got sick and died, and then she changed her majors, went into engineering or chemical engineering or something, and got a job at the mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, this thing, he catches a kid that's like 21 or 22 hanging out with the girl and tells him to go away unless he wants to spend his next birthday in the Harlan County lockup.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
There's a clogging. Don't they dance?
Yeah, there's the whole thing about clog, and he says he had a cousin named Hines.
Once you figure this, they figure this whole thing out. That's the celebration. Boyd does some clogging. He does some of that hillbilly dancing.
Alone, guys, just get the fuck out of my face.
So this is good. She comes in and she sees Boyd sitting there with. She says, "What are you doing here, Boyd?" She's like, well, there's been a change, you know, and the truth is I got Arlo's property, but Arlo assigned it to me, not Black Pike.
That's what it was, Black Pike. I kept wanting to say Black Mountain.
You know, just business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Mag's in there holding court. You wonder too, by the time this whole by the time the whole season is over with, how much poison is sitting in that room right now.
Yeah.
Now, Dave's nowhere near the stream, so I don't feel like I spoiled anything.
Yeah. Yeah, and then Dickie tries to get in, but Raylan won't let him in. And he said, I'm supposed to be in there. I'm the heir apparent. And he's like, if your mama wanted you in there, you'd be in there, Dickie.
Mm-hmm. I know, man. The dude that fucked your knee up for life is keeping you out of your own house.
And out of a business transaction. Yeah.
Yeah. You're not good enough. And I'm the one that's
been asked
reinforcing reinforcing the law that you're not good enough. Your mom doesn't think you're good enough, and I'm here to tell you.
I always just, when I see Dickie, I always just think you didn't do your job up him.
Oh yeah. He was
Saving Private Ryan.
Saving Private, yeah. I kept thinking that was like an older who was the kid from E.T.? Something Henry?
Oh, the kid who played the lead role.
He played Elliot. Yeah, what was his name? Something.
Elliot?
He played. They're similar to me. Yeah, they seem similar to me. But wasn't he in that movie with the sun in it?
Oh, you're talking about the one about the Japanese war movie?
No.
That's Christian Bale.
No,
Empire of the
not
Sun?
not Empire. No, it was a science fiction movie. It was that Danny Boyle thing. Wasn't he in that?
I don't know.
Don't worry about it. I'll look it up later. This is I don't want to.
So she just brought up the whole eminent domain thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And they were fearful.
Well, no, and she said, next, and I'd like to see you try.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so then she gives her the thing, and she goes, we'll also take a 4% stake in the company. We want a piece of the company that owns Black Pike, not Black Pike itself.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, they'll never go for it. She goes, oh, I think they will. She said, oh, they didn't tell it. She's like, oh, this land you're holding is only good for parking lots and runoff and this and that and drainage. She's like, no, it's not. She's like, no, you want to get up there. You're going to have to build your own road. And that road's got to go through the land we hold.
Mm-hmm. I real estate tycoons, one and all.
Yeah. Like nobody told her you got to get the road. Like, okay.
That's the thing. Yeah, exactly. But there's no I don't want to say climax. That's not what this is. There's no reveal. If they tell her everything that she has to know, now she feels used. And these country bumpkins turn out to be smarter than they actually are. They're just that much more conniving. And the only way that happens is if the writer deprives that redhead.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I get why they did it, but
I'm not even arguing for one way or the other. I just, now that I'm thinking about it,
the logic makes no sense.
Yeah, right.
So can I ask a question just in general? Is this the only season of Mags?
Yes.
Okay. I thought so.
It's the only season of Mags.
I figured. Yeah.
Yeah, just her. Like but you see Dickie a little bit later.
Well, you see Dickie all the way up into the final season.
Mm-hmm. Here and there, not in every episode.
Yeah, not in every episode, but he's got some good parts. He comes and does some good stuff. And
I love the thing.
Damn you, Loretta!
Take your finger. I love that.
Follow the map and go right up your ass. Poof.
Yeah, go right up there, follow it all the way up until you turn to a tiny little ball and disappear into nothing. Oh my goodness.
My God, if you're watching Ethan, you're still
there
watching.
It is. Oh, sugar, they didn't tell you that, did they?
Yeah.
And she looks so defeated, like her face is like, and I got to go make a phone call.
Yep, and then she comes right back.
Make
So,
a
got
phone
yourself
call.
a deal. Oh, I thought I might. You know.
Isn't that the point where you're like, start like, okay, I'm going to retool my resume and I'm going to leave that company.
Because you're like, wait a minute, you literally put my life at risk.
Yeah.
When you would have just walked in here and offered this bitch whatever she wanted and could have made it happen. But they have to have storylines.
You didn't give me the tools to do my job.
Right.
Nothing pisses me off more at all. At your job, at any job that you ever worked, they'd be like, okay, put out that fire. By the way, we're not going to tell you that there's no water in the hydrant.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
This is where Boyd, she tells Boyd that he can have all the business, that he can take over all the criminal business in the county.
As far as I'm concerned, you
just
own Harlan
except for
County.
the weed. Leave the weed business. It's always been Bennett territory.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and Coover doesn't know anything else.
See, that's what I didn't understand either. Like, she just told Boyd, you own the county now, as far as I'm concerned. If you want to go back into your, but don't touch the weed business. Bitch, you're fucking rich beyond belief. You just said to the girl, this is life-changing. But you tell Boyd not to grow weed? Was Boyd ever a drug guy?
Yeah.
I thought he was a thief.
He was a thief. They'd rob drug dealers. I mean,
Right,
their dad, like their family business, like the business that his dad's business was originally like protecting drugs. You know what I mean? Like, right?
But he wasn't growing.
No, but they were like, nobody would. You had to pay them to get in and out of Harlan with your shit.
Right.
Well,
Sure.
who's that? Well, I mean, we're getting into later seasons a little bit, but who's their connect? Coover's connect, that old biker looking dude.
Hot Rod.
Yeah, right. So
Out
if
of
Boyd
Memphis.
starts getting into the weed business, then doesn't that mess with that relationship? And we know what he actually is later, and
Yeah,
it might be a little intertwined.
it's all intertwined.
Yeah.
And now this scene is supposed to make it to where these two are going to have a relationship, right? Them dancing together, smiling, laughing. Now they can,
Well,
move
yeah,
on.
and now she has someone to believe in and rely upon.
Right.
Yeah.
And see, she actually even says to him, "Let's get a 6-pack and pull off on the side of the road and make out."
Like teenage kids.
Yeah, he's like,
It was fucking hot.
she just wants some. She wants some dick.
Or she says, or we could skip the whole car thing and jump in bed right now.
Mhm.
And then it cuts away. And then they're driving down the road. And I'm like, oh shit, they did it. Right. And then she goes, well, it sure would have been a lot of fun back there, but it wasn't. Like, oh no, what the fuck? Like, I'm losing all faith in Raylan.
Yeah, this is where Max tells the girl,
Well, he doesn't-
I did something.
he
I did
doesn't-
something. You're gonna make you old proud of old Max. Gonna change everything for everybody, even you.
Yeah. And like she's sitting there, like if she turns around, she's watching him sing, see if she's smiling. She's like, oh my God, look at that family. They're so close.
Mhm.
It was really,
On the mountain.
yeah, like, okay, Mags, shut the fuck up with the singing. But they wanted her to sing a song. She did. And the daughter felt close.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And adopted, like she's been adopted. Yeah.
but again, they did a great job.
Yeah.
They bring us right to this scene. And
Yeah.
what I thought was going to happen here is we saw the bedroom scene, right? Like, oh shit, he's going to fucking mess her up. Like,
Yeah.
because he treats her like, oh shit, he's going to, nope, that ain't what happened. He's just like, oh, you look like a dog, who waggling his ass or something when she's trying to move that barrel. And he says, I'll help you. And then she sees the watch.
Yeah. She big brothers. He big brothers a little bit.
Yeah. When he just found out that his mom thinks he's a fucking retard.
Mhm. And the whole thing is a lie. She's got to get all of it off of her. And yeah.
But I'll give her credit to, like, she remembered that phone that Raylan gave her, and she immediately called, like, dude, they killed my dad.
Yeah.
Like cool.
Yeah, he has to leave the old version of Loretta for the pure version of Loretta.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jim's skipping right through the fucking thing.
No, that was just I'm talking. She shows up with some weed that she dipped in some formaldehyde and some other stuff to try and put him out. But he's a professional.
Yeah, it was cool. Like it was like it makes
yeah, like I didn't even know you could do that. And the next time I roll up a joint, I'm gonna go looking for some formaldehyde. That's what I'm gonna do. That's what
It's not so much the
taught me.
formaldehyde; it's what's inside the formaldehyde.
Yeah,
I was just like, okay, like
no, I'm not really gonna do that.
They put some bencyclophene.
She shows up.
Yeah.
You know what that is?
No, but I did find out that copper sulfate root killer is a great rust
remover,
making a patina on metal. Yeah.
So
known as angel dust. PCP.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, you put it in formaldehyde, dip it in the weed. Puts
Jeez.
people on the moon.
So she shows up.
You're like, man, you're having the best retirement ever.
Oh, that's whoa.
That's just stuff I know.
She shows up with this plan for a 14-year-old girl. It's a pretty good plan. Like, hey, I want to verify what I saw was my dad's. He's got thoughts like, why the fuck are you even here? But
truce.
I kind of hate that he's gone because I kind of like him because he's just a big doofus. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
No, I mean they're good.
He's working, doing his job.
Mm-hmm.
So then she goes and looks. Dickie's in there sleeping.
Oh, Dickie was in there?
Yeah, Dickie's in there sleeping. That's why he comes out.
Oh, I thought Dickie came through the front door because he looked like he was dressed.
Yeah, so she calls Raylan.
Yep. And Raylan, for some reason, left 3 hours ago. It was daylight when Raylan left.
Yeah.
They left that party hours ago.
Yeah. And every other show, I mean, if it's like the Game of Thrones, you can get anywhere in Westeros inside of a day. But here, Kentucky is just huge.
House of the Dragon, there's no distance between any of these castles. Like, I mean, they're smelling each other's farts. It's like California property. Like, reach out your window.
Oh my God, I never noticed that was Shaggy on his t-shirt.
Yeah. And it's funny too, because he tells Dickie, she laced it with formaldehyde. Dickie's like, yeah, and I'm sure that didn't stop you from smoking it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Like
what? I still don't see the problem. Dickie's like, I still don't see the problem. What the fuck are you doing?
Again,
and he's like, she found the watch. Dickie's like, no, you kept it. You kept the watch. What is wrong with you? And he's like, because I knew. Mama's looking at her like a new bunny.
Yeah, she's the problem. She's the
prize pig.
Yeah. She's
snack time. That's what it says. He's got a gun nailed to the wall.
Like
Brandy baby lamb.
But he loves his brother, dude.
Yeah.
He fucking loves his brother. Even though he chokes him out. He says to Raylan, don't hurt my brother, man. Like,
don't you hurt my brother, Raylan.
Don't you hurt my brother. It was so gay. But it was real. Like, it felt legitimate.
See, but Dickie had him calm down, but then Dickie fucks him and goes, oh, I know what it is. You're jealous. And messes with him a little, and Coover loses it. Because he is jealous.
Yeah. He tries. Have you experienced this before? We try to joke around with somebody about a mistake that they made and they don't like the towel snapping.
Yeah.
All.
Well, dude.
Yeah, that's what happened right there. He snapped the towel. He was like, no.
Yeah, but like Dickie's point is.
What's up, Julio?
Yeah.
Julio Scissors in the chat.
Of course. Dog barking. Always dogs barking in the show. They do a good job of that.
I don't understand how she didn't get further away. Why? Was she running down the street?
Why is she running down a fucking paved road? Honestly, Jim. Why is she running down the paved road? It's a TV show. We got to get to the next scene. Captain Bipto tells Julio, about damn time. I agree, Captain. Julio needs to be in the chat as soon as the show starts. You trip less when you have a paved road. Yeah, but she's in the fucking forest. You don't want to be found. Just get in the fucking forest. And it's really weird too. Like, I understand when he was angry at her, Jim, and he told her, "You want to see your daddy's grave?" or all this shit.
You want to find your daddy? I'll take you to see him. Come on.
And then that's
That
where
must
he
have been
still
it.
wanted to
Yeah.
take her. Like, he still wanted to take her there. Okay.
Yeah, and Dickie's
And
like, no,
Dickie's
Raylan,
like-
I'll do it. I'll go. Let me go after him. I'll stop it. I'll get it.
calm him down.
I'll keep
Yeah.
it. And Raylan's like, no, I'll take it from here.
Not this time. Yeah, he's like, not this time, bro. I got you. Where the fuck did he go? Like, and I kept thinking to myself, he don't fucking know where they went. Like,
No, because he knows where the daddy is.
I know, but that's when he said, I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. But legitimately, he had no idea where they were going for sure. It's not like
And
they
somehow
were talking about
Raylan pulls up and gets snuck up on by Coover, which how did Coover sneak up on him? Where was Loretta when Coover was sneaking up on him?
No idea, dude. Like, no idea.
Writers.
Now,
Damn
I will
writers.
say one thing. I think Raylan learned something from the fight in the grocery store because he puts up a better fight here, right? He's still losing, but he's not getting his ass handed to him. So
Well,
maybe
he's trying to get his backup gun out the whole time. Is what he's trying to. He's
Right.
trying to get his backup gun out, and Loretta comes in and distracts Coover just long enough for Raylan to pull it out and go, Coover, look at me, boom.
Yeah, I know that, but it's not like Coover got 14 shots to his face when he's laying on the floor, like he did before in the grocery store.
Yeah, it's good. Doyle comes in, Mama, wake
Oh.
up.
Julio was
Coover's
watching
dead.
the World Series. Who won tonight, Julio? Yankees or Dodgers? Who won the game?
And then here's Art. Art's in this scene.
Yeah, that's where it ends. Yeah, it's over.
And then Mags comes up and tries to be, and you see how Mags goes for being all nice and friendly and talking about, let her know. And then as soon as
this made me like her so much less. This
and then
fake
she's all like,
love
so,
with
let her
girl.
know this didn't happen, we didn't know. And
Yeah, the mask comes right off.
Yes.
yeah, some story about Doyle said that they're spinning about how Coover went crazy and killed him over a watch or something. And
Yeah, she totally defrocks herself, and it's,
Yeah,
and
and then
it's
as soon as-
all in her face. It's awesome.
and as soon as Raylan's like, that's not going to happen, about
Never
seeing
gonna
Loretta,
happen.
she goes, her face
Mhm.
goes, let's go.
Mhm.
Yeah. So Dodgers hit a walk-off grand slam in the bottom of the 10th. Dude,
Wow.
if you're the guy that hit it, you feel like a fucking stud tonight when you're going to the bar. Like, holy
You see,
shit.
if you notice too, like Raylan's respectful. She walks up, he takes his hat off from his
Well,
Bennett,
he also said, they said, the sheriff said, what is she doing here? And then he goes, I got this, fellas. Like, he did not try to hide from what happened. Very, very cool. And like you said, Jimmy took off his hat. He wasn't being a fucking asshole about it.
No.
But the only thing this bitch cared about was the girl.
Mhm.
Didn't
Mhm.
give a fuck about her son. Like,
No, she's she's living vicariously through this little girl. She wants to get her youth back. She wants to get her all of it. This girl represents every single bad decision that she could possibly fix.
Right.
I think
And
next
make the right one
episode
again.
something else comes in too. Like she's not happy with Dickie.
why? Well, no, because he didn't protect his brother. Like,
Yeah, and Dickie said, but Dickie actually tells the mom, goes, Mom, what was I supposed to do? He was going to kill Loretta, and then she goes, I'd have killed Coover myself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
now,
girl power.
You went against the family, and not
dude,
for
you
the
have
first
no
time.
idea. You have no idea how much I wanted to finish the season after these 2 episodes. I'm like, I'm going to get to the next 4. I just want to finish them, but I didn't because I want to see a lot of shit.
Like right here, I never even got to say
Oh,
goodbye.
yeah.
Then it's
I just wanted to say goodbye.
Right there, and then
like,
you can
oh, it's not going to work. Fuck you.
It's never going to happen. Like,
That's it. Oh, in memory of Deputy U.S. Marshal Derek Hotzimpler, 1986 to 2011.
Yeah.
U.S. Deputy Marshal John Perry. Oh, you know what? I think 2011. Who died? When was what? They must have got killed in 2011. So I'm wondering what happened in 2011.
2011.
I wonder if there was a shootout or something.
It must have been a shootout or something. That wasn't Ruby Ridge or nothing like that. That was in the 90s.
And that would have been the FBI, wouldn't? I think. Pretty sure.
No, I thought once marshals got killed, a couple marshals got killed at 8.
Are you kidding me?
At
All right,
Ruby
let's
Ridge.
look them
think
up
so.
here.
Yeah, let's see where they got.
Pillar.
That's awesome. Oh, they always have. There's no. Baseball has extra innings until the game is won. That's it. There's no fucking gay shit like football. 1 possession per team, or until the quarter ends, and then it's a tie.
Okay.
Ties are for losers in sports. There's no fucking ties in sports. You win or you fucking lose. My wife hated me when my kids played soccer ID when they were little.
Yeah.
And they didn't keep score.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I did. And
well, everybody did. The kids did. Anybody on everybody except for
the scorekeeper, the league.
Yeah.
I said,
yeah.
They'd come off the field. I said, yeah, you guys got your ass kicked. Like,
you think that those kids, every single one of those kids knew who won and who lost. They can't, you don't need a scorekeeper to know
are
that.
Fucking cheering more than they're cheering. They know. Yeah, they know. What the hell?
So I can read if you want Derek Hotzenpiller. Yeah. And this is just the one name that I can remember how to spell. Deputy Marshal Hotzenpiller was shot and killed while serving a warrant with 2 other deputy marshals and members of the West Virginia State Police at a home in Elkins, West Virginia. The subject, armed with a shotgun, fired upon the law enforcement officers as they entered the residence. Deputy Hotzenpiller sustained a fatal wound to the neck, oof, man, above the vest, during the exchange of gunfire. Then that's just that's the one name that I put in. Was it Marshal John Perry? Marshall Eastern District of Missouri. So this must have happened in 2 different places. I don't see any. Give me the AI version. 10-year veteran, Marshal Service. Part of a team attempting to arrest a suspect on charges of drug possession and assaulting a law enforcement officer. Deputy Marshal Perry was shot in the head during the shootout and later died at a St. Louis University hospital. Another deputy, Theodore Abegg, was also injured in the incident. So that must have been that year, 2 separate incidents. I'm telling you, I have, especially after watching this series, great respect for the Marshal Service. And I think that we should just outlaw not all 3-letter agencies, but if you can't call it something as cool as the Marshal Service, it doesn't deserve to be a thing.
Yeah, no.
So we're on an automatron kick here, Jim. He released a new video today. Now, we know last episode they went to Antarctica and they found all those old animatrons, right?
Okay.
So they blew up the caves. Okay. So this is what happens after.
Okay.
I watched this today. This is so goddamn good. Okay. So 1913.
Okay.
1911, the automatrons were created.
1931?
No, 1911. There's other videos.
Okay.
A bunch of automatrons were out there in the world, and they destroyed New York, Chicago, and they went to the southern part of the United States. And the humans finally defeated all these automatrons and all this stuff. So then in 1933, there was an Antarctic expedition.
Okay.
To the big hole that's in the Antarctica that nobody can go to because it's off limits to the rest of the planet. Like Antarctica is pretty much, you ain't visiting, right? You ain't going there. And there's actual, isn't there actual properties in Antarctica that are owned by certain countries, Jim? If you look at the
I
map
thought
of
there was some sort of an agreement that nobody was going to try to take over that continent
right,
and
because
call it their own.
and you'll see little carved out sections with country names. So
Sure. The way that we carve out Puerto Rico.
correct. So
Okay.
they go down there, they go into this fucking giant cave.